Alright guys, so I finally hit 15,000 miles. I'm gonna go ahead and talk about what I like and dislike about this particular model. Hyperscrambler 2 comes with 2 batteries. Advertised 100 miles. Let's get real. It's really about 50, 55, 60. So that's in ideal conditions, obviously. And it did go up in range because I decided to lose some weight. I lost about 15 pounds and went up maybe 5 miles. So that's something to consider. So I'm gonna get straight to the point. Within the 15,000 miles that I've had this bike, the motor has given out 3 times. The first time, it was within warranty, they replaced the motor. The second time, something with the gears, they repaired it. They do send you a box and you ship it over there. It takes about a month. Third time, the clutch gave out. At least that's what they told me, and they repaired it. So it messes up every 2,000 to 3,000 miles on average. So I'm pretty much due for another another motor by now, but I'm not gonna jinx it right now. So on the Juice Bikes Facebook group, I did mention that the front wheel did last me about 13,000 miles. That's mostly because I didn't want to get a new wheel, because I use my bike for deliveries, right? So if I don't have to spend money on something, I'm not going to. You know, if I can work with it, I'm gonna milk it, right? I don't want to have inventory, or at least too much of it. So once I started to see the red markings on the stock tire, I was like, okay. So I did replace it. Obviously, I ended up getting the same brand tire, just because, you know, if it ain't broken, don't fix it, right? One member of the Facebook group wanted me to talk about the maintenance on it. I did very little, just because I wanted to see like how long can it last? Is it maintenance free, or do I need to babysit it? And I mean, it's pretty much maintenance free. You know, I can't really think of anything that I do to maintain it, to keep it in ideal condition. You do have to replace the brakes every month or so, at least the way I drive. That's one thing I have inventory on. I have a lot of brakes because I eat them up. So the batteries do stay healthy. I would imagine it's because I got the cycle satiator. I got 2 of them, right? So every time that I've sent out the motor to get fixed, remember, it takes about a month. The batteries did degrade within that period. Those 3 times that the batteries are just sitting at home doing nothing, I totally forgot to deplete them to about 50%. They were just there full charge. So don't do that. You know, if you're gonna send it out, like, deplete the battery, or at least that's what I understand you're supposed to do. I don't know. I'm not, like I said, like, I'm not mechanically inclined. I'm just trying to use it stock, just to see, like, what do I have to really maintain. So the batteries did last 15,000 miles. That's excellent. And like I said, it's about 55. You get about 55 miles in terms of range. Throttle. I don't pedal because I broke the sensor, reinstalling the motor. Let's see what else. Upgrades. I did get rid of the stock mirrors, just for pure aesthetics. It's nothing. But I did create a custom rack, you know, from a bag here. Let me show you what I did. So here's the rear rack. What I did is I got a milk crate and I cut off the base of it, flipped it around. You can see it right here. Flipped it around, and then I used hose clamps to clamp them to the rack here. I got one of these food delivery bags, Packer 65, I believe. Packer with an I, which is weird. They're from Hong Kong, I believe. I used one of these bungees, and I'll just hook them to the rack here. So that's perfect, you know. Sometimes I need to remove this to make a huge delivery. So you don't want to buy the Juice Bikes relay rack adapter, because I've had it twice and it broke twice. So what ended up happening is it's plastic, so it shattered, and this whole bag just fell off. Imagine having coffee or anything like that in there and just broke off. That's not good. So yeah, Shinkos, they will save your butt. Just get the Shinkos 244s. Just get them. They're kind of a hassle to remove the bead, like if you get a flat, but you get less flats, especially if you have, like, you run over thorns, you know. If you run over a nail, like, you can't avoid those, you know. Just what I do is I just avoid the bike lane, like, unless I have to yield to the cars. I'm right along on the road. So I'm trying to remember what else they wanted me to talk about. Let's see. So 15,000 miles. I asked myself if I would buy it again. The answer is yes. Especially now, because I saw that Juiced is offering a 2 or 3 year warranty. I wish they had offered that when I first bought it, because they would have given me peace of mind. Like, if something was wrong with it, they can replace it or fix it, whatever. But I would definitely buy it again. The same model, but this time I would get the warranty, just to have that peace of mind. One thing else, like, I love it. Like, I love this bike officially, and the customer service has always been excellent, right? So one main concern in terms of e-bikes is range anxiety, right? You're not gonna get range anxiety with this, but with me, one thing I always had was motor anxiety. It's all about the motor. There's a video out there showing you step by step on how to how to fix the motor, how to replace the gears, and all that stuff. You know, I need that spoon fed to me. I don't have time to figure things out, you know. I need that spoon fed to me, because I'm busy, you know. But if there's a way to fix that motor without having it to get shipped, this would be the perfect bike, perfect vehicle. Let me see what else. So nothing much has really changed. Everything's still working the same. I think the last video I was at 8,000 miles, so almost double. I have never gotten rid of the squeal from the front brakes. I just accept it. I don't bed the brakes anymore, because that doesn't do anything with this. I just put them on, and I'm going on about my day. So let's see. So if you guys want to do food deliveries, this is the bike. You know why? because it's heavy. Why is that important? It's heavy, meaning it's clumsy. If it's clumsy, thieves are gonna have a harder time stealing it. First, especially if you have a bag here, naturally people want to mount by swinging their leg over, right? They swing it this way, and what's gonna happen? They're gonna hit that bag, and then they'll probably fall because they don't realize that it's a heavy bike. It's 115 pounds, I believe. So that gives you about 5 seconds, right? Every second counts, right? On top of that, they don't realize they gotta turn on the batteries. Then they need the key, right? But naturally they're thinking, oh, I'm gonna mount it, I'm gonna start pedaling. And guess what? This bike is so difficult to pedal, they're not gonna get very far. The worst thing that could happen is they'll get down the road. You'll see them struggling. You can run up to them, you know? Go get your bike. If you have a locator, like, they won't get far. So I rarely lock it because of that fact. Like, I'll lock it just to have peace of mind, you know, just to have a good habit every once in a while, but it's not that big of a deal for me. So I'm gonna just go ahead and show you around the bike itself. For people looking to modify it in some way, I always watch videos, but no one ever like zooms in to see what I can work with, you know. So I'm gonna do the frame first. Suspension's awesome, by the way. The seat is terrible. Get it custom. But you know what? After 15,000 miles, no wear and tear. But your butt can develop a callus, I guarantee you. So that's kind of weird, but what are you gonna do? So that's it, guys. 15,000 miles. This is what it looks like. Make sure you get the warranty, and it'll be totally worth it. If you have any questions, go and ask them in the comment section. See ya.